how Jesus will truly take us to heaven. Dear beloved, today we gather to uncover the profound truth of how my Son, Jesus Christ, will lead you to the eternal realms of heaven. This journey is not a distant hope, but a vivid reality crafted with boundless love, sacrifice, and grace. Let us explore this promise in depth, illuminated by parables, illustrations, and testimonies that reveal the beauty and assurance of His guidance. In John 14:3, Jesus offers you an unparalleled promise. In my Father's house are many rooms. If it were not so, would I have told you that I go to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and will take you to myself, that where I am, you may be also. This promise is not merely about preparing a physical space, but about creating a place filled with eternal joy and peace, crafted with meticulous care and love. Imagine a grand estate prepared for someone deeply cherished. Every detail is chosen with love to ensure their comfort and joy. In the same way, Jesus is preparing a place for you in heaven, designed to offer you eternal fulfillment and happiness. His promise of many rooms signifies a divine promise where each soul will find their place in eternal bliss. Reflect on the parable of the Great Banquet in Luke 14:16-24. A man hosts a lavish feast and invites many guests. When they decline, he sends his servants to invite the poor, crippled, blind, and lame. This story shows that God's invitation to His heavenly banquet is open to all, emphasizing His desire for everyone to partake in His eternal joy. Just as the man ensures his banquet is filled with guests, Jesus ensures that every willing heart will have a place in His divine celebration. In ancient Jewish culture, banquets were significant communal events, representing generosity and inclusion. The act of inviting those marginalized by society highlights God's inclusive love and the transformative power of His grace, ensuring that everyone who accepts His invitation will find a place at His eternal feast. Jesus declares in John 14:6, I am the way, and the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. This declaration reveals Jesus as the pathway to heaven, embodying truth and life itself. Following Him is not just about navigating life's challenges, but embracing the way to eternal life and entering the divine presence of the Father. Consider a traveler lost in a vast wilderness, unsure of how to find safety. A guide appears, leading the traveler through the dangers with confidence. Jesus is this guide, leading you through the complexities and challenges of life toward your heavenly destination. His presence ensures you are never alone, but always guided toward your divine home. Reflect on the parable of the lost sheep in Luke 15:1-7. A shepherd leaves 99 sheep to find one that is lost. When he finds it, he rejoices greatly. This parable illustrates the immense joy God feels in recovering each soul and reflects the ultimate reunion and celebration in heaven. Just as the shepherd is dedicated to finding the lost sheep, Jesus is committed to guiding and protecting you on your journey. In ancient Israel, shepherds were vital for their flocks, demonstrating dedication and care. Their commitment mirrors Jesus' devotion to guiding you safely to heaven, ensuring that no soul is lost, but all are brought to the divine promise. Ephesians 2:8-9 highlights that salvation is a gift of grace, for by grace you have been saved through faith. And this is not your own doing. It is the gift of God, not a result of works, so that no one may boast. This passage underscores that your journey to heaven is a result of divine grace, received through faith and not by human effort. Consider the parable of the workers in the vineyard in Matthew 20:1-16. A landowner hires workers at different times but pays them all the same amount. The workers who labored the longest complain, but the landowner responds that he has the right to be generous with his own money. This story illustrates that God's grace is not bound by human standards, but is given freely to all who seek it. In ancient Israel, laborers working in vineyards would be familiar with the norms of payment. The landowner's generosity challenges societal expectations, reflecting the radical nature of God's grace that extends to all, regardless of their past or timing of their faith. Jesus shares the parable of the 10 virgins in Matthew 25, 1-13. 5 are wise and prepared with extra oil for their lamps, while 5 are not. When the bridegroom arrives, only the prepared virgins enter the feast. This parable emphasizes the importance of spiritual readiness and vigilance. Think of the parable of the talents in Matthew 25, 14-30. A master gives different amounts of money to 3 servants. The servants who invest and multiply their money are rewarded, while the one who hides his talent is reprimanded. This parable calls for active faith and preparedness for Jesus' return. In ancient Jewish stewardship, individuals were entrusted with responsibilities and expected to produce results. Jesus' parable of the talents underscores the need to actively use your gifts and faith, reflecting your readiness for the ultimate reunion in heaven. Revelation 21:4 reveals the joy awaiting you. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and death shall be no more. Neither shall there be mourning, nor crying, nor pain anymore. This vision of heaven promises profound peace and joy, where all suffering is replaced by eternal bliss. Reflect on the healing of the blind man in John 9:1-12. Jesus restores his sight, bringing joy and fulfillment. This miracle symbolizes the ultimate restoration and healing that will occur in heaven. In the eternal realm, all suffering and pain will be removed, and joy will be complete. In ancient Israel, healing miracles were signs of divine compassion. The restoration of sight parallels the complete healing and transformation that will occur in heaven, where every tear will be wiped away and pain will be no more. Consider these testimonies of how I have guided and uplifted my children, assuring them of their place in heaven. The testimony of John Wesley. John Wesley, the founder of Methodism, experienced a profound sense of God's guidance and assurance throughout his life. His faith in Jesus' promise of eternal life was unwavering, and he dedicated his life to spreading this message, comforting many with the certainty of heaven. The testimony of Corrie ten Boom. Corrie ten Boom, a survivor of the Holocaust, shared how her faith in Jesus brought her peace even in the darkest times. Her unwavering belief in Jesus' promise of a heavenly home gave her strength and hope, demonstrating the power of divine assurance amidst suffering. The testimony of Billy Graham. Evangelist Billy Graham spoke of the certainty of heaven as a cornerstone of his ministry. His life was a testament to the promise of eternal life through Jesus Christ, and his teachings brought countless people to a place of assurance and hope in God's eternal kingdom. The testimony of Saint Teresa of Calcutta. Mother Teresa, known for her selfless service to the poor, spoke frequently about her faith in Jesus and the promise of heaven. Her life of compassion and dedication was a reflection of her deep belief in the eternal home prepared by Jesus. The testimony of St. Augustine. St. Augustine's writings and conversion were deeply rooted in his belief in Jesus' promise of salvation. His journey from a life of searching to a life of faith exemplifies the transformative power of Jesus' promise to lead us to heaven. The testimony of Joni Eareckson Tada. After a life-changing accident, Joni Eariksson Tada found solace in her faith and the promise of heaven. Her testimony of hope and perseverance through suffering underscores the assurance that Jesus will guide us to eternal life. The testimony of Pastor Rick Warren, through his ministry and writings, emphasizes the hope and assurance found in Jesus' promise of heaven. His message of purpose and eternal life inspires many to trust in Jesus' guidance toward their heavenly home. Beloved children, the promise of Jesus to take you to heaven is a profound and real assurance. His love, sacrifice, and guidance secure your place in His eternal kingdom. Embrace His path with unwavering faith, trust in His grace, and live in obedience. By doing so, you will experience the boundless joy and peace of eternal life with Him. May His divine blessings be upon you as you journey towards the heavenly promise He has prepared. Find comfort and inspiration in the rich tapestry of His love and grace. In eternal love, God,